I didn't know a lot. I got an opera degree. I didn't know a lot about musical theater. So I moved to New York and I did a show, and a person in the show had done this workshop of a brand new musical called Sweet Smell of Success, and he decided for me, he said, I think this role is for you. So when they had auditions for the actual Broadway run, I couldn't get an audition, and because I was already in another show rehearsing at the same time during their auditions. And so I went on my lunch break and tried to crash the audition, and I knocked on the door, and a man answered, and I begged him to see me, and he said, I'm sorry, we're on our lunch break, we're not seeing anybody. I begged him, and so finally he let me in the door, and he was only in there with 2 other guys, and he said, our pianist has gone to lunch, I'm gonna have to play for you. I said, well, whatever, that's fine. I didn't know who he was. And he sat down and he started playing, and he was playing too slow, and I was very nervous. So I snapped at him, like give him the tempo, you know, and I don't know why I was so bold, and I'm usually very polite, but I was nervous, and I was already nervous about interrupting them, but I had this feeling like it was the right thing, and he told that story, and that was Marvin Hamlish at the piano, and he told that story for years. We would do symphony concerts in Seattle and Washington D.C., and he would tell that story on the stage because I think that he found it. First of all, he was an amazingly humble, famous man, and he so wonderful that without me knowing it, one time he called my mom and dad here in Oklahoma when there were tornadoes to see if they were okay. This was after the run of the show and everything. He just remembered that we were from Oklahoma and that he heard on the news, so he called my mom and dad at home and said, I just want to make sure you're okay. But he told a story, and I think it was very refreshing to him to have somebody who didn't treat him differently or didn't even really know. I don't know that he really knew that I didn't know who it was, but he found the energy refreshing, I guess, for someone to come in and be certain about what they felt like they were trying to do. And I was that day. I had a mission in mind, you know.